You are a real estate agent and you're priming to either set up or maybe revamp your real estate website. Now, you know how important these things are. They really present your first impression to your leads and prospects long before any of them ever speak with you. You know that term, don't judge a book by its cover? Well, this doesn't really apply to your website, my friend, because simply put, an old, outdated website could potentially be a reason that you will lose a piece of business without even knowing you had a piece of business in the first place. Which brings me to today's video. Today, guys, I'm breaking down the 2022 website design trends for real estate agents so you know what exactly to be looking for if you're in the market for a brand new real estate website. So let's go. What is up, guys? Emmanuel here, back again with another installment of website design trends for real estate agents, aka one of the most popular videos on our channel. With the end of the year fast approaching, it's only right that I break down what's hot in web design moving into 2022 so you know exactly how to make your digital presence look super crisp and super trendy, really, so that you can be the envy of all your real estate agent peers and prospects. That being said, if you're familiar with this series, I typically go into web design trends over all industries, not just real estate, simply because that's where you're gonna find some of the biggest and brightest inspiration. It's also really because most real estate agent websites are just canned and bland. Let's just be honest here, guys. Finding a breathtaking real estate website that checks all of the boxes for 2022 design trends, well, let's just say that it's probably easier to find the proverbial needle in the haystack. Anyways, I digress. Let's get into the good stuff. But before I do, you know the deal. Make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button, the bell icon. Show YouTube some love so they can show us some love in return so we can continue to create awesome content just like this right here. Thank you so much in advance. Now, after scouring the internet and doing a ton of research, so really you don't have to, I've broken down 2022 web design trends really into like my top 5. So let's break it down now, shall we? All right, coming in at number 5 is the idea or the concept of Memphis design. Now, this design trend is really back from the 1980s, where you would see a mashup of chaotic patterns and shapes really smashed together, but somehow finding a way to make it work. Now, if you pay attention to what you're looking at on your screen now, maybe some of the backgrounds or maybe some of the design elements, you'll see a bunch of shapes on these various websites. It looks really funky and a bit retro, but it is a solid UI or user interface design, and a good designer seems to be able to make this work. All right, moving into trend number 4, and that is an ode to a trend from years past, which is large typography over the hero image. This trend seems to stick around through the years, and I mainly think it's because it is so simple to the viewer. And as soon as the page loads, they see kind of straight and to the point what you're all about. It's very clean, it's very minimalistic, and with the right statement as that hero image text, you can really drive conversions. All right, trend number 3. It's all about visual borders. Now, the basic idea of visual borders is that you have a free-forming layout, but you're really using these really thin lines all over the page. And if this is done correctly with the right use of geometric shapes, you're really able to, you know, quote unquote, break the fourth wall of design. And it makes it look like the elements are kind of organized chaos floating on the page. All right, trend number 2. And this is something I've been a huge fan of. Actually, I saw a version of this in 2021 trends, and it's really just an evolution of it. And really trend number 2 is all about creative scrolling experiences. So check this out. In 2021, it was all about animations, really scrolling animations. And that was really a prediction I saw come into fruition pretty excessively throughout the year, and the more and more websites that we, you know, reviewed and checked out and audited and really took inspiration from. Now, this new trend takes the idea of scrolling animations and really just puts steroids on it. The idea here is that as users scroll, they're going to be taken into a different section of your website with a completely different look and feel, and that's really designed to break the monotony of a web page that looks exactly the same from top to bottom. Alrighty, and this leads me to trend number 1, and I'm going to go out on a very big whim on this one because I don't see a lot of people talking about it, but I strongly believe that it's only a matter of time that this starts becoming a thing. And this thing I'm referring to is horizontal scrolling. As more people look to really use their mobile devices to browse the web, finger muscle memory is a thing, and swiping sometimes can be easier than scrolling. That said, look for more and more really nice website designs that utilize horizontal scrolling to really navigating the page as opposed to vertical scrolling. Alrighty, some quick final thoughts on this. Beauty is subjective, not objective. So what resonates with you may not resonate with your site visitors. So make sure, and I'm gonna remind you this again, put them in the forefront. If you checked out any of my other videos, you'll always hear me kind of preach the same thing. This website isn't about you, it's about your prospects. So build it for them. I mean, if your audience is a 60+ crowd, using a horizontal scroll for your user interface design probably isn't gonna work the best. They're probably gonna end up pretty confused. Maybe using large typography as a font is a better trend to follow. In any case, please use what I provided you with today as really inspiration, not hard truth or facts. Your website is a representation of your brand, so you wanna make sure that you make it, align with the look and feel of you. That said, if you want to nerd out a little bit more about, user interface design or website design for real estate agents, then I highly recommend you join our free Facebook group, leaving the link in the description below. We talk all things about web design, user interface design, social media, digital marketing, the whole nine, and it's a conversation we're having on a daily basis. Go ahead, click the link below. I hope to, really catch you in there. But aside from that, I hope you found some true value from this video, and if you did, I highly recommend that you check out this one right here because it's just as good. Bye-bye.